Welcome back. In the previous video, we looked at what web development is about and the tools involved in building a website. In this video, we dive deeper and take a look at one of those tools used, HTML. Now let's get started. Now, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's a standard markup language used to create web pages and other types of content for the World Wide Web. HTML consists of a set of elements and attributes that provide structure and meaning to the contents of a web page, such as headings, paragraphs, images, links, and more. HTML documents are written in plain text and are interpreted by web browsers to display the content in a visually appealing format. HTML is used with tools such as CSS, that is the cascading style sheet, and JavaScript to create interactive and dynamic websites. Here is a quick look at a page built in HTML versus a page built in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. On your left is a plain looking HTML page with some heading and some text below it. Though this may be readable to us, it's less appealing to the eye. On the other hand, the page built in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript looks very appealing and aesthetically pleasing. Even though it may be hard to build a very nice looking web page using just HTML, it's still very important in building a website. In simple terms, taking a human body into consideration, the HTML is the bone or the skeletal structure of the website. The skeleton may not look appealing, but it's key in defining the body structure. It's just not possible to take them out. CSS, on the other hand, makes the website look nice, just like adding flesh and clothes to the human body. And if you want to add movement and other complex functionalities, then you consult the services of JavaScript. Now let's look at how web pages are built in HTML. HTML pages are built using elements or tags. There are many tags in HTML used for doing different things. The tag shown here is the paragraph tag and is used to display a paragraph of text. This tag has an opening and closing tag enclosing the content. This might not be the case for every other tag, but we'll find out more as we move along. All you need to follow along is your computer, preferably a laptop, and a code editor. We'll be using Notepad for this video, but you might as well use Notepad++, VS Code, Sublime, or any other code editor you might have. Now let's build our very first HTML website. On your taskbar search box, search for Notepad and open it. Firstly, we declare the HTML doc type. This lets the browsers know that this is an HTML file. Then we type the HTML tag, which has an opening and closing tag. This encloses the entire web page. We then add the head tag inside the HTML element. And also inside the head element, we add the title tag and type in our title for the website. Below the head tag, we add the body tag with the paragraph elements inside it. And in the paragraph tag, add the text you like to display on the website. For me, I'll write "Hello World." Now we are done building our very first HTML website, and all you have to do is to save the file. Now click on the File button on the top left-hand corner of the Notepad window, and then select Save to display a pop-up menu. When you are done, move to the Save As type box and select All Files. And on the file name text box, type out the name of your file without leaving out a space. Then to the name, add the file extension .atm or .html. Then choose a location where you can easily find your file and save. Since I saved my file on the desktop, I'll move to the desktop to locate my file. If you did everything correctly, you should have your default browser as your file logo and your file name under it. Now double click on your file to display it. And there you have it. You have your very first website built in HTML. Now let me line the code and the page side by side and let me explain what's going on under the hood. So on the left you have the code that we just wrote, and on the right you have the web page. Starting from the top, there is the HTML declaration. This tells the web browsers about the version of the HTML. This also lets the HTML pass correctly across different browsers. Then comes the HTML tag. This tag is required to wrap around the entire page. Then inside the HTML tag is the head and the body elements. You notice that these elements have been pushed inside and are not on the same line as the HTML tag. These are called indentations and are done to make it easier for you to read through your code. You could indent your code by pressing the tab key or the space bar a few times. Then the next tag is the head tag. Elements placed in the head tag do not appear in the web page. There are some specific elements that go into the head tag. For example, the title tag, which gives the title of the web page, the meta tag, which gives more information about the web page, the link tag, which links other files to the web page, and there are other elements as well. You get to see more about these elements as we move along. The next element is the body element. Elements placed between the body tags appear on the web page. In our example, we place the paragraph tag which displays "Hello World." And this brings us to the end of this video. In our next video, we'll look at more HTML elements and build another website from what we learned.